My father, my brother, I will avenge them. Like, why are you yelling? Is that what they did back then? I ain't gonna have time to set up at home with my cameras and stuff and the lights and everything. I'm straight out the goddamn theater. I'm gonna get straight to it, y'all, because this don't even deserve like a full review. The Northman is one of the worst movies that I've seen this year. I talk shit about X, but X didn't put me to sleep. X, as ridiculous as it was, at least was somewhat entertaining. I just couldn't get with the premise. This movie, y'all, I slept through about 40% of the Northman. About 40%. Ballpark figure. I spent most of this movie sleeping. Alright? And I sleep kind of weird. I take little 10, 13 second naps. And then I come to. And it's funny, the times that I snore is when it gets real quiet. So there were times where like it would get like really quiet. And then I'd be, and I'm like, Lord, I hope nobody heard me. But see, I sit kind of low, so maybe they heard me, maybe they didn't. I don't give a fuck. This movie was boring. It was bizarre. It felt like it was a lot of just screaming and like cutting wrestling promos. Like, yes, Shakespeare in the Park, does mother know you wear our drapes? I will get vengeance for all. My father, my brother, I will avenge them. Like, why are you yelling? Is that what they did back then? Just a lot of hollering, a lot of shouting, a lot of threatening with swords. If I can give it any compliment, the visuals were pretty good. It did have some beautiful looking visuals at times. But what fascinated me about going to see this was when I saw the trailer, it kind of put me in the mind of Conan the Barbarian, Gladiator, Braveheart, which are some of my favorite fucking movies. And I can see where they kind of bit off of those movies a little bit, especially Gladiator at the end. But when it was over, I said, this was nowhere near Gladiator, Conan the Barbarian, or Braveheart. This shit is like not even close. I felt nothing when I walked out of here but tired. And on top of that, real quick funny story as I'm watching this, right? So the climax is coming up, right? The third act, I think, okay, the third act was decent. Okay, the third act, at least I was up a little bit, right? Damn, I was calling when I'm in production. The third act was at least a little entertaining. So there was a part where somebody gets offed, right? Somebody gets killed. And perfect timing. So as soon as a person gets killed on screen, I started hearing, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I said, holy shit, that's some good fucking stereo sound. It sounds like it's right here in the theater. And sure enough, there was a lady behind me. There was an old couple behind me, right? This lady was gagging for air because I think somebody sprayed perfume or something and she couldn't breathe. So she kept, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Like, and then somebody was trying to help her, like, ma'am, do you need an ambulance? I don't need an ambulance. Who's ever spraying that, please stop. Why would you put that in the theater? Oh my God, I can't breathe. I'm suffocating. I can't breathe. And she kept doing this for about a minute or so. I even turned and looked at her like, you okay? But then I went back to the movie. I kept checking my watch. This felt like it was about 5 hours long, y'all. I couldn't wait for this movie to end. That's all I gotta say about it. What's his name? Alexander Skarsgård? It's a tip. I mean, luckily the story was simple enough where even though I fell asleep, I knew what this is about. Okay, this is a revenge tale. You know what I'm saying? He's destined to be a king, and his father gets killed, and he grows up, and he's a Viking. Now he must get revenge on the people that wronged him. Gladiator, Conan the Barbarian, but with none of the charisma. This movie had the personality of a wet mop. How the hell you do all that howling and all that screaming, and you're still boring? But it did have some good kills. Some of the kills were pretty good. And there's even somebody that loses a fucking nose. I thought that was pretty funny. So the kills were decent. Overall, though, this movie was whack. I'll never watch it again. And that's all I gotta say about it. If you like and did this content, hit that like and subscribe, notification bell in the corner. This is Rashad G signing out. See you in the next video.